If you're an indie manga artist working alone, time is your biggest enemy. You're writing, storyboarding, sketching, inking, and doing backgrounds all by yourself. And the brutal reality of manga is that readers expect chapters on a consistent schedule. The pages don't stop coming just because you're tired or stuck or overwhelmed. By the end of this video, you'll have 7 concrete workflow and tool hacks that will cut down the time it takes to produce a chapter without sacrificing the quality of your art. But before we get into it, one disclaimer. Everything in this video is designed for artists who already have a handle on the fundamentals: perspective, anatomy, inking, light, and shadow. If you're still building those skills, these hacks won't save you. They'll actually hurt you. A beginner who leans on shortcuts before they understand the basics ends up with a crutch instead of a craft. The tools in this video are meant to speed up what you already know how to do, not replace the learning process. If you're still early in your art journey, go practice fundamentals first. Number 1. Use a batch workflow. This is the single biggest change you can make to how you produce manga, and most indie artists aren't doing it. The default approach for a lot of creators is to take one page and polish it completely before moving on to the next. Sketch it, ink it, add all the details, finish it, then start page 2. It feels productive, but it's much slower. Here's what a batch workflow looks like instead. You finish the entire script for a chapter first. Then you do all the storyboarding for the chapter at once. Then you sketch every page before you ink a single one. Then you ink every page in one pass. Then you do backgrounds across all pages at once. Each stage is its own dedicated session, applied to the whole chapter before you move to the next stage. Why does this work? Because every time you switch tasks, your brain pays a switching cost. Going from writing mode to drawing mode to inking mode and back again wastes mental energy. When you batch the same type of work together, you stay in one mode. Your hand warms up to inking and stays warm for 10 pages, instead of inking one page and then stopping to sketch again. Your eye for composition stays calibrated across all your storyboards, instead of resetting every time you finish a single page. Professional production studios use this logic for everything from animation to film. Scenes aren't finished one at a time. They're batched by stage. You can apply the exact same principle to your chapter workflow and immediately get more done in less time. You can also apply this across multiple chapters if you're working ahead. Storyboard chapters 2, 3, and 4 all in the same week. Then spend the following week sketching all 3. The further ahead your batching extends, the more efficient the whole pipeline becomes. And if you ever hit a creative block on one chapter mid-batch, you can shift to another without losing momentum entirely. Number 2. Simplify your art style. Not every page of your manga needs to look like a cover. Look at how experienced mangaka actually use detail. Highly detailed, fully rendered panels show up in key moments. A first look at a villain, the climax of a fight, an emotional beat that needs to land hard. The rest of the chapter? Much simpler. Backgrounds drop out and get replaced with speed lines or solid black. Character faces and crowd shots are barely suggested. Panels that exist to move the reader from point A to point B don't need the same rendering level as panels that exist to make them feel something. A quiet scene can have almost no background at all. Action sequences can be chaotic and rough by design. The contrast between simple and detailed is what makes the detailed panels hit harder. If everything is rendered equally, nothing stands out. So look at your pages and figure out which panels actually need maximum detail to serve the story, and which ones are getting that level of detail out of habit or perfectionism. Because every extra hour you spend rendering a transitional panel is an hour you're not spending on the panels that actually matter. Number 3. Use 3D models for characters. This is one of the most practical tools available to manga artists right now, and a lot of indie creators still feel weird about using it. They shouldn't. Gege Akutami, the author of Jujutsu Kaisen, uses 3D models to speed up his work. Again, these aren't beginner artists looking for a crutch. These are some of the most popular mangaka alive, and they're using every tool available to them to work faster without dropping quality. Programs like Clip Studio Paint has a built-in 3D model library. You can pose a character model, adjust the camera angle, and use it as a reference for your sketch in minutes. Something that might have taken you 30 minutes to figure out from imagination alone, a complex arm position during a fight, a foreshortened torso mid-jump, an unusual camera angle you've never drawn before, becomes a quick reference pass. You're not tracing the model and calling it done. You're using it the same way you'd use a photo reference. You look at it, understand the form, and then draw it in your own style. The model gives you the structural information. Your hand and your style give it life. Those are two different things, and using one doesn't replace the other. The other advantage is consistency. When you're drawing the same character across 50 pages, keeping their proportions consistent is genuinely hard. A 3D model adjusted to match your character's design gives you a reference that never changes. Same height, same shoulder width, same head shape, every time you need it. Inconsistent character proportions are one of the first things readers notice, and one of the easiest things to prevent. Number 4. Use 3D models for backgrounds. If character models save you time, Background models save you entire days. Backgrounds are one of the most time-consuming parts of manga production, especially for complex environments like cityscapes, interiors, or any scene with architecture. Drawing a detailed room in perfect perspective from scratch every single time a character appears in that room is exhausting and unnecessary. 3D modeled backgrounds are very common in many webtoon series. With tools like Google SketchUp and Blender, you can build or import 3D background models, position the camera exactly where you need it, and use the rendered output as the foundation for your background sketch. The perspective is already solved. The proportions are already right. You're not spending an hour constructing a grid. You're spending that time actually drawing, adding your line weight, your style, your texture, the details that make the background feel like it belongs to your world. And once you build or download a model for a recurring location, like your main character's house, a school classroom, or a training ground, you have it forever. Every time that location appears in your manga, you pull up the model, adjust the camera angle for the specific shot you need, and you're draw to draw. Number 5, use Google Earth for unique perspective shots. This one is underused and it's genuinely excellent. Let's say you need a bird's eye view of a city street, or a low-angle shot looking up at a building from the ground, or an establishing shot of a neighborhood from above. These are the kinds of reference images that are hard to find in stock photo libraries and even harder to construct from imagination. Google Earth gives you a free, explorable, 3-dimensional version of the real world that you can navigate like a camera operator. You can fly above any city, drop down to street level, rotate to any angle, and screenshot exactly the kind of perspective shot you need as a reference. Real architecture, real spatial relationships, real lighting from actual geography. Then you sketch from that reference, stylize it into your world, and you've got a convincing, complex background that would have taken hours to figure out from scratch. This is especially useful for establishing shots and large-scale environment panels. The panels most readers' eyes move through quickly, but that take disproportionately long to construct correctly. And here's a practical tip. Save screenshots that work well into a dedicated reference folder organized by shot type. Aerial city views, street-level alleys, elevated angles, coastlines. Over time, you build a library of perspective references you can pull from instantly without opening Google Earth every session. You can do the research once and reuse it indefinitely. Number 6, use movie stills as reference for action scenes. Action scenes are where a lot of indie manga artists slow down the most. Not because they can't draw the individual figures, but because they can't figure out how to break the movement down into panels that feel dynamic and readable at the same time. Here's a method that solves this. Find a movie or TV fight scene that has the kind of energy you're going for. Pause it at key moments throughout the sequence. Those still frames are your rough panel reference. The filmmakers have already solved the camera angle, the staging, the lighting, and the pacing of the action. You're borrowing the structure, not the content. You're not copying the scene. You're using it the way a director uses a shot list. Look at the still, identify what makes the shot work, and then redraw it with your characters in your world. A low-angle shot that makes a fighter look imposing works whether the character is from a film or your manga. The principle is the same, but the execution is yours. This is incredibly useful for fight scenes that involve movement you've never drawn before. A flying kick, a character being thrown through a wall, a sword draw. Films have already worked out how to frame these moments for maximum impact. Use that research instead of rebuilding it from scratch every time. And don't limit yourself to just fight scenes. Films are a goldmine for any kind of dynamic moment. A character making a dramatic entrance, a tense standoff between two people in a small room, a chase through a crowded street. Any scene where you're stuck on how to stage the action, pause a film that does something similar and let the cinematography do the thinking for you. Number 7, create as many reusable assets as possible. This one compounds over time. The more reusable assets you build, the faster every future chapter gets. Anytime you create something that's going to appear more than once in your manga, build it in a way that you can reuse it without starting from scratch. A 3D background model for a recurring location, a set of completed inked panel elements, a specific piece of furniture, a vehicle, a weapon, a logo that you can drop into new pages without redrawing them. Even completed character expression sheets or common poses that you find yourself drawing repeatedly. Every asset you build is a one-time investment that pays off across dozens of chapters. The first time you draw your main character's apartment, it costs you an hour. If you built it as a 3D model or saved the completed background as a reusable layer, every subsequent scene set in that apartment costs you minutes instead. This is the same logic professional animation studios use with asset libraries. Characters, environments, and props are built once and reused across an entire season. You're a one-person studio. Your asset library is your team. Build it deliberately, organize it well, and it will get faster to produce every single chapter you make after the first. In conclusion, here are the 7 hacks for producing manga faster. Batch your workflow so you're doing the same type of work across the whole chapter at once, instead of finishing one page before starting the next. Simplify your art style strategically, and save your highest detail for the panels that actually need it. Use 3D character models as pose and anatomy references. Use 3D background models to solve perspective and save hours on complex environments. Use Google Earth for unique camera angles and establishing shots. Use action movie screenshots as references for your fight scene panels. And build a reusable asset library so that every chapter you make costs you less time than the one before. And of course, none of these replaces actual artistic skill. If you don't have the fundamentals down, these tools won't carry you. But if you do have the fundamentals, there's no reason to do things the slow way when faster methods exist. Professional manga artists use every tool available to them. You should too. If this video helped you, hit the like button and leave a comment below. Also, if you want to get started writing your first one-shot manga, head over to mangascript.com to download the one-shot guide. It's a page-by-page breakdown of 3 high-quality manga one-shots, and it makes it 10 times easier to write your own script. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. It's a great place to share your work and connect with fellow creators. Thanks for watching!